Hey, what's up guys? I've been traveling across the western part of Turkey as a solo female traveler working remotely, and it's now been a month that I'm traveling all by myself, and that means I've got a hell lot of time to myself to take myself for walks, to take myself for coffee, and spend really a lot of time reflecting on my life, my work, my goals. And there's one idea that I want to run by you. Want to see what you guys think. So let's dive right in. I don't drive, so I'm bus hopping and kind of Airbnb hopping. I'm renting apartments and rooms from the locals. I'm trying to go for the rooms option because I get to meet the locals, I get to talk to them, have some random conversations about their life and see how they live. And sometimes when renting rooms, you get whole apartments like this to yourself because the host is away for a business trip. Yeah. But this is not the part of that I wanted to talk about today. So as I'm traveling, I'm trying to document my life more consistently, and I'm trying to upload more stuff on the internet. And when you're traveling, it's kind of very easy. And the one thing that I came up with while trying to document my life, for some reason I tend to believe that my life is boring and is more boring than the lives of other people. And I don't want to argue about that. I don't want to compare myself to anyone. I'm not trying to disprove it or anything. I'm trying to untangle it where it comes from. And here is what I came up with. For me, most of my life I've been associating myself with the work that I do and the companies that I work for. It's just recently, maybe the last 2 years, that I'm shifting from this mentality. But for most people, when it comes to documenting their lives, most of the people are also associating themselves with their work. Usually they choose to document the work that they do and share online the part of life that involves their work. On social media, I'm following a lot of people who are people of trade, people who are making things with their hands that have this physical part to their work. So for example, costume designers or shoemakers, people who can actually produce physical objects, physical products. And I'm kind of fascinated by the work that they do, by the ways they find to document their life, their work basically. And I kind of feel envious of people who have this physical part to their work. In my case, my work from outside might seem really boring because all I do is I sit in front of my computer the entire day. It doesn't seem that exciting, although I'm really excited about the part that I do, about the product that I work with and the team and the company, the impact that I get to create on the people. It's kind of great, I really appreciate that, but from outside when I try to document it, it looks boring. It's just me sitting in front of the computer from all different angles. A lot of the work is NDA. There's things that I cannot share outside of the company. And this is a struggle that I'm trying to solve. How do I share excitement about my work without sharing the actual product, right, and the actual things that I do? 2 years ago, when I started understanding that I define myself through the work that I do, I kind of got scared and I started to think of the ways that I'm not my work and what I am outside of work. So I've tried to be investing more time into my hobbies, my my friends, communities that I'm a part of, and I tried to kind of diversify my life outside of my work. And now I'm so much outside of my work. I'm still dependent on my work, but I get to spend time with the people that I value. I get to do things that I love. I get to travel, I get to ski, I get to read books and play with this vlogging, filming kind of thing. But the thing that I haven't been doing, I've been lacking the part of documenting my life outside of work. So I do a really good job documenting my work life, the tasks that I do. I have a really detailed log of everything I did every day since 2016 for work. I can actually go back 6 years and tell you exactly what I did on that day. But when it comes to personal life, I don't document that at all. I do document here and there, when I'm traveling, taking selfies and stuff, but I don't tediously document every single thing that happens to me outside of work. And I think that's the missing piece, why my life might seem boring to me, because I tend to forget things. And when you look at my professional personality, It's kind of well crafted, it's like well documented. I have a nice detailed resume that outlines everything I did, all my skills, all the tools that I can work with. I've got a lot of success stories and failure stories to share at, a job interview. Okay, so I've got all of this stuff for work, right? I've got the detailed log of my work, of all the tasks that I do, and the fact is that I forget things. And I've kind of embraced this at work. I gave up and I started just documenting things religiously at work. Just write out things that I do, things that I think, things that I say, and that has served me a really good service. But I don't do the same thing. I don't have this kind of dedication with my personal life. And because of that, as a result, I kind of don't hold grudges. That's kind of a good thing, right? But I also don't remember good things. And this is really sad when it comes to family, when it comes to my life with my partner, my personal things. I don't remember things that make me happy at some specific moment. I don't remember things that make me sad. And as a result, I cannot tell really good, cohesive stories out of that. I don't keep a precise journal of everything that happens to me personally, right? I might be exaggerating because I do have a journal, but that has been, mostly notes from my therapy lately. And it's not the same as, documenting life, to kind of present it. Oh, and why I am obsessed with presenting things to other people is because I've been working a lot with helping people with resumes and stuff. And there is a point in the process of updating and fine-tuning your resume where you start seeing the strength and some of the hidden things that you do kind of naturally, but they are valued by the market. And when you highlight this for people who are professionals and they're searching for a job, they start, their self-esteem grows. They kind of fall in love with themselves. They love their story. And it's all about stories, basically. So that's why I'm obsessed with actually documenting and presenting it, at least to a closed number of people. I don't have this desire to kind of broadcast it on national TV. It's like when you spend the time documenting your personal story, you kind of craft it for yourself, actually. And when there's this outside aspect of showing it off to somebody else, you kind of do it more tediously, more diligently. In the end, you begin to believe your own story, and that's the end goal. You need to craft the story of yourself for yourself to be a happier person, I guess. And the stories, they don't kind of happen right away. They don't kind of occur to you, and they don't kind of unfold fully in front of you in one moment. They develop over time as you look back, as you reflect on things. And by documenting, I think I'm gonna collect more data, and I'm gonna collect more stories to tell, and I'm gonna have a kind of a long, grand story that is gonna come all together into play, like the other stories from my life that I remember. They kind of come together and make sense in the end. And just looking at a single moment, it might seem very plain and boring to you, but when when you put it inside the entire puzzle, it might be the most important piece of the puzzle, and you haven't documented it, you kind of forgot about it, and of course you're not going to remember any grand stories. Of course your life is going to seem boring to you if you don't do this. This is kind of an insight that I just got while traveling in Turkey and trying to this experiment of trying to document my life. And when it comes to the actual mechanics of documenting life, to me it feels daunting still. I've been experimenting with this for a month now, and it's kind of hard, and I hope it's going to get easier with time and practice, and it's going to be faster. The thinking behind this that I had was, if I am not disciplined enough to document my life, who's going to be that interested in my life that it's going to carry all my journaling, all my notes and stuff, who's going to digitize them, go through, process them, piece out the stories from it. And yeah, if it's not me, then who? Am I interested in documenting the life of my significant other? Am I interested in documenting the life of my parents? Am I interested in documenting the life of my grandparents? I'll know. That's a hard truth that I had to accept. And I'm the only person who is probably going to be the most interested in documenting my life, and I need to learn to be interested in documenting my life. And my major takeaway from all this ranting is basically, I guess I'm just growing up and maturing and just accepting the fact that basically, nobody's gonna come in and make a really nice story out of my life. It's gotta be me for myself, and it's gotta be you for yourself.
No one's coming. No one. No one's coming to push you. No one's coming to tell you to turn the TV off. No one's coming to tell you to get out the door and exercise.
It's kind of a hard fact to accept. It's kind of obvious, duh, but it is really, really hard to kind of feel it through and to soak it in, to embrace it, and to kind of make peace with it and leave with it. Yeah. Let me know what you think, guys. Bye.